Hi everyone, Sarah Whitten of Sarah Whitten Voice and Yoga, and I wanted to make a video for you today about releasing abdominal tension. So when you're holding tension in the belly, it's either there because of stress, and we tend to grab a little bit, or it's just a really bad habit because you are convinced that you need to have a flat stomach. So when you contract the muscles and hold them, you're putting your pelvis into a tucked position, which isn't great for your body, but you're also preventing the diaphragm from moving as effectively as we want it to when we're speaking and singing. When the diaphragm descends, it needs to push a little bit on the contents of your abdomen, but if it's meeting with a rigid wall of belly muscle, it can't push those abdominal contents out of the way, so it's not coming down as far as we want it to. It doesn't move a ton, but we still want to be able to get maximum excursion of the diaphragm just for freedom both of breath but also of your voice. So I'll show you two ways today that you can release your belly. So the first one is on hands and knees. So set yourself up in what we call table pose, and then you want to have your pelvis untucked. So it wants to be in a neutral position. So tucked is when it's kind of rounded and up, and then untucked is when it's falling more towards the floor. So you'll be able to see a little bit of a curve in the back there. You don't want your rib cage to also really be coming forward, which is sort of like cow pose in yoga. You want the ribs to be more neutral in the body, but keep that pelvis untucked, and then just soften, let go of the tension that you're holding, both belly button and below and belly button and above. So on each breath in, see if you can soften that area of your body. It's easier to do on hands and knees than it is standing up, because when we're standing up, these muscles are needed to help keep us upright, and we get back into that pattern that we hold of holding the muscles. So just take a couple of breaths here. And see what you feel. And then you can come into a chair and sit on the chair and try this as well. So sit with your sit bones right on the edge and your feet flat on the floor, and lean forward, resting your forearms right on your thighs. And this is another way that you can breathe in, feeling the belly just soften and release. Ideally, our core muscles work in a reflexive way, which means that they do what we need them to do. They engage as we're moving. And a lot of times we artificially engage them because we aren't lined up in our body in a way to get them to function. We'll get more into that in another video, but for now, just focus on releasing them. And as you exhale, especially if you extend your exhale to be a little longer, you might feel them beginning to draw back in. So that's fine, as long as on each inhalation you learn you got to let them go again. So play around with this a little bit and see what you can do about releasing any abdominal tension that you might be holding in your body. It'll really help to free up your voice.